little tax receipt with the donation. But thanks for wanting to throw me under the bus there. Thank you for that.
Lucky we didn't have this camera on because I was looking for something to write on.
You were about to curse.
Somebody threw away everything.
Unnecessary,
cool.
unnecessary placemats that were just not conducive to the future
Sure.
of the decor of the space. So I thought, let's get
Didn't
rid
like
of it
my
now.
Style.
I didn't say that. It's just that there are
They
there are
were
things
just
coming.
cheap. That's all.
It's not. It's just the style is. There's a redecoration happening of sorts, and they just wouldn't have fit. So that's all it was. That's why we donated them to the thrift shop up the road.
And they'll find a great place.
Exactly,
to,
a bachelor
and
to enjoy that.
to people starting off their new home in the right way.
Enjoy. All right.
Enjoy.
Let's get on with it.
All right, guys. Welcome back to our channel to Meet Tekeste and Jones. See, I don't like to use meat.
¿Por qué no? Why no?
Because, I'm thinking M-A-E-A-T. So M-E-E-T, meat.
We don't know anything about that meat.
All right, let's start over. All right, guys. Welcome back to our channel, Meet Tekeste and Jones. And I'm livingishe Reviews. I'm Ishé from livingishe Reviews. Check out my YouTube. And this is...
I'm Lisa, also known as the Alkali Yogi. Check out my YouTube.
Yes. I'm eating her up.
Oh,
It's
okay.
MUKBANG.
That's so cute. He's so cute.
I'll get it sometime. Just a little bit. Okay, so
Tonight's
mukbang. Oh, but first we're going to review 90 Day Fiance. What was this called?
Get it out of Dodge. Just kidding.
Okay, we'll put it in the...
It was called Bye
the
Bye
comments.
Mike. Bye Bye
yeah,
Bye
Mike gotta
Bye.
go. We heard some...
Yeah.
some dumb news. I feel bad for him. I really didn't feel sorry for him, but I definitely don't now. But anyway, we reviewing 90 Day Fiance back before the 90 days.
Before the 90 days.
And before we get into that, we're gonna get into this. We got some
Dun dun dun.
injera.
We went back to
Injera.
our homeland.
Yes.
So we're having we're having some Habesha dinner tonight, also known as injera. We have injera, really important for those of you that are wanting to stay alkaline, to get injera that's 100% made with af. Out here in the streets, oftentimes they'll mix it with barley or other wheat-like flours that add not only gluten, but can make it problematic for indigestion. If you stick with just purely taf, or like a taf with another alkaline, gluten-free grain like quinoa, that's suitable as well. I made asa, which in English is fish. So it's like a fish stew with berbere, pomodoro, comidoro, onions, shugurti, zaiti, oil. So I gave you the tigrinya. I gave you the tigrinya in the English for all of the above. Don't get ahead of yourselves. My tigrinya is non-existent. For those of you in the comments.
Okay.
We have a salad, also known as salata, in Tigrinya. And then we have some vegan sour cream, always. I typically make my sour cream, actually, but have not done so in a while. So this one was store-bought. Big up to Kite Hill. Your sour cream is phenomenal. My
From
second
Cali,
favorite.
right?
Yeah, my favorite after my own. So, and that's it. Oh, and then we have, the salata. The salad. I didn't even get to tell the people what's in the salad.
Tell the people
So there's lots of veggies on both sides, actually, because here, in addition to onions, tomatoes, shallots, we've also got portobello mushrooms, always organic, everything. On the salad side, I grilled some organic asparagus. I chopped them up. Also shallots. I grilled and sauteed some red onions, some orange bell pepper, and some zucchini, and dressed it up lightly in a little bit of lime juice because it's alkaline, and extra virgin extra virgin olive oil, and sea salt. Now, for the people in the DMV area, we can remove the plate now. I do have just a question for you. Because I'm new to these parts, I have not yet figured out where I can get quote unquote organic limes that are actually seeded. The conundrum is this for my fellow alkali folks out there. When something has been genetically modified, like a lime, and it no longer is growing with seeds, it's actually no longer alkaline or alive. And for all intents and purposes, it shouldn't even be called organic. But some places do still source and are able to sell key limes, which are key limes, which are alkaline, and they are seeded. So if anyone in the DMV area knows where I could get seeded citrus, basically non-genetically modified food, it would be very helpful because for us, this is a lifestyle, not a fad. And on that note, buon appetito.
I was probably.
It's all good. All right. Did we take note of which episode we're covering? If not, always just look above or below. We review so many shows now that it's kind of hard to keep track.
Yeah. Let's say it's the last one that came out.
That works. The latest season. The latest episode.
12.
Okay. Season 5?
Season 5.
Okay, let's go with that. Season 4?
9 something.
No, it's not. It's before the 90 days. It's not actual 90
Oh
days.
yeah, season 5, episode
We'll go with that.
12.
All right, okay.
Season 5, episode 12. So.
All right, Live in Ishé reviews, take it away. So I can dig into my salad. I'm only doing salad.
Okay. So they start off with our favorite Jasmine and Gino. So they're still driving to Chiriquí to meet the folks. Well, she only has her mom and her sister, little sister. I wonder if they got different parents, because her sister, maybe her sister's a late bloomer. You know, she's like a young teenager. You know, she's going through I can tell she's going through the teenage phase.
The awkward years.
Yeah, the awkward years. So hopefully, but now.
Not hopefully.
I mean, hopefully, you know, she will. I think she'll blossom into a beautiful young lady like Jasmine. So interesting. They're driving in the car. He's so adamant about not removing his hat at dinner. When she's like, "We gotta pray," you know, at dinner. Gonna have to remove your hat. What if my mom wants you to remove it? You just gonna say no? And he's on a confessional camera like. He feels his hat is his surrogate hair.
He did say that, yeah. Those were his words.
That was so strange.
Yeah. I found that to be odd, too.
He's odd. I thought he was eccentric, but he's just odd. He's an odd fellow. So they get to the house. They walk in. They see the sister, the mom. And the mom just looking at him like, what did my daughter bring home? Like, this is the guy she want to marry? Like, I'm telling you.
This is who you picked?
Yeah, between cultures and language barriers, I mean, you can tell who is lame. Like, it don't matter. You can tell
Age
this
difference.
dude's name. Age difference. So her first impression of Gino is the age. They asked the sister, what does she think about, you know, Jasmine asked her sister what she think about Gino. She said, he's okay. Why doesn't he have kids? Like, you know, I guess, doesn't he have kids my age or something? But he don't have. Mom has a real problem with his age because they're in the same age range, maybe a year or two off.
They're
but
peers.
They're basically peers. And mom is like wondering, like,
What's wrong
this
with
guy
him?
ain't never had kids. He never, well, I guess he been married, but she's just like, something must be off about this guy not to have kids. You know, we talking about family-oriented countries, cultures. It's like, why is a man this old not having kids unless something, if he's medical, then I understand it. But why doesn't he have kids if he's capable?
Or like what you said about family-oriented countries. I think some people who maybe have not traveled as much as you maybe don't appreciate that outside of the U.S. For many countries, your wealth and your legacy is seen as your offspring. Meaning, it doesn't matter how successful you are in your profession, how many bitcoins you own, how many properties and investments you have. Your wealth is purely based on your family. Do you have a healthy, happy family? Do you have children? Have you multiplied your seed? That's it. She's from one of those countries.
Yeah, Panama is like that too. So she had this look like, this is an entire weirdo. Like, what's wrong with you, girl? I thought I raised you better. Jasmine's mom is asking, why don't he take his hat off? I mean, this dude ain't got no manners, no understanding. He's just, if he don't want to do it, he don't see what's wrong with it. I just want to.
What did you want to do? You want to?
I just want to give him 5 across the lip. Not taking it. Jesus, get old. You're like too old to be this stupid. But anyway, what do you think?
I thought, I sort of mentioned this last week already, that I think, Gina, you're making this up in your head. It's bigger, an anxiety that I believe that you have really created for yourself. And I empathize with anxiety and what that is. But also, you are feeding a situation which is unnecessary because, like I said last week, what's the percentage of bald men out in the world? It's got to be near 50, maybe more, maybe less. But so you wouldn't be standing out in any way if you shaved your head bald, kept it clean. You would not call any attention to yourself, and then to me that would seem like anxiety averted.
Yeah.
So
Women's somebody showing what they are and who they are as a sign of confidence and maturity.
And also, like, there are going to be situations. Okay, so we didn't get to this part, but actually, Jasmine's mother was very graceful and allowed for Gino to keep his hat on whilst she was performing the prayer. But there are going to be times and places, Gino, where you simply can't. Jasmine, if she's religious, for instance, and plans to have a church wedding with you, the church won't allow you to wear a hat. They won't be as gracious as her mother. If you ever go into, very formal settings, whether they be events, or let's say you have an opportunity to meet a head of state, a president even, it's simply not conducive to refer to this as your surrogate hair. Is that what he said?
Surrogate hair.
You have to find a way to, the same way that TSA made you remove it, you're going to encounter this throughout your life. There are places that simply won't allow you to have it. Restaurants even. High-end restaurants. So what are you going to do then?
He's not going to ever go to no high-end restaurant.
Well, he's with a bougie lady.
Oh, strike that from the comment. She will drag him to a restaurant, and he will fight tooth and nail with the manager.
And they will tell you to turn right around and leave. So, and that's just like the least of your concerns. Like I said, there are tiers to this. So that's all I have to say. I went into this already last week. I'm not really trying to rehash it, but yeah.
Okay.
Godspeed to you, Gino.
Okay. Oh, and I'm having my trusty juice, which is mango, 100% organic. Okay, so now we're going to back to Tanzania, from Panama to Tanzania. Kimbali and Usman. Oh my God. Let's see. Usman confesses to Kimberly. I guess you want to get this out and tell her real fast. I don't understand the whole commotion, really. She's 50, but she's acting like a teenager again. He confesses that the song Zara, which he did the video for while she was there, is actually about one of his things that he was messing with in the middle of him and Kimberly meeting Kimberly. He was with this American black woman, African American woman, named Zara, who he had a small relationship with, and she broke up with him, and so she left him. And he made the song Zara before Kimberly asked him what the why Zara for the name of the song, and he said, "Oh, it's just for all the girls out there named Zara." He didn't lie, but well, he kind of did. It was for a specific girl, but he told her, "Oh, actually, that song was about this girl, a real girl that I used to be with named Zara, and the timeline didn't work out well, so she was going off on him. She was like, 'You making me look like a fool, yo.'" No. Well, we don't talk like that in San Diego. So why she's trying to put her black voice on, her hood voice, and she sound like a damn fool.
That part.
I don't know what she's what her thing is. She's like, the whole time you've been dating another chick. No, the chick Zara was a chick. You're not a chick. You're an older, mature, supposed to be mature woman. So she just thinks she's not. What's wrong with being your age? What's wrong with it? Anyway,
You have to wear it well.
that was so weird that she got so mad that the name of the song. See, she's all that kind of stuff, and she's like. She's like, it's kind of like she feels like she was betrayed and cheated on. I don't know. I don't know. Like when he got there, he said y'all wasn't a couple. Y'all wasn't even in a relationship. So how did he cheat on you?
How did he make you look stupid, Joe?
How did he make you look stupid, Joe?
Yo,
you making me look like a fool, yo.
How did he make you look like a fool, yo?
She putting yo on everything like she down, like she trying to get hood, like he's supposed to be scared. So yeah, that what do you think? That's what I picked up from that segment.
No comment. I'm over the sexual tourism, the blaxploitation.
She got what she wanted. She should just chill out. And she wants some more. First, that's all she wanted. Now, she wants more than that. She wants this whole man's soul.
She wants him to have no history.
She want to control this man. She might as well put some shackles on him. She acting like a slave owner. He can't do nothing. Like she owns him. She owned him before they was even a thing. They became a thing a whole 20 minutes ago. And she's already getting on him about his history with other women. Mm-hmm. Okay, so now we go to Ben and Mahogany. Another zero that it's just like, man, this episode, like, it's getting really bad right now. This episode is bad. He talks to his best friend and he's explaining to him what happened. He's like, "Oh, she's real." But he was so happy to say she was real. So he's talking to his best friend and he said, "Oh, she's 24, not 22. And
no, she's 22, not 24.
Yeah, she's 22, not 24. And he's telling his friend, "Yo, hey, get this. This is the bombshell. She's 22, not 24. That's a bombshell? That's the same age, basically.
Yeah. He went on to talk about how she claimed to be living in a place that was obviously a short-term rental.
He's so out of touch with everything.
Well, no, he got that part, but it's just interesting that...
No, remember he said a condo instead of saying she's in an Airbnb, he's like, oh, she's staying in this condo. I don't even think it's hers. But then I think he says something about a
Short-term
rental, and then he eventually
he's like, her stuff is far too expensive. There are no pictures of her, no images. The bunk beds are bizarre, etc., etc., etc. So, I mean, it was very clearly, a vacation rental place. But I just find it weird that he's not called her out on it yet. Not sure why. If you're trying to figure out if you have a future with this woman, I would venture to guess that you would want to clear that up. You enjoying the food? You're enjoying the mukbang? There were more than... he didn't mention the fact that she looks completely different body type and everything. So I thought that was interesting. But okay, I appreciate you're not solely fixed on that and objectifying her as a sexual object. So that's fair. But still, there was some...
he can't complain
deceit.
With his ex-wife,
Hey.
No.
They got married at the same age. They're the same age. Okay. So when they got together...
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
He's older. He has a younger woman. He should be already happy.
Okay. But yeah, so... and there's just not been any kind of affection or anything of the sort. So I don't know. It's just, it feels cold to me. It feels cold.
They are cold. There's no heat or passion in this whole experience with them. So he's and then they set up a kind of a meeting with where Ben is going to meet how do they say it? They try to make her name sound all exotic. Mahogany, yeah. And so he's meeting with her friends, and they show her a couple of times, and like, oh, she is really even like curvier than her pictures. She was totally lying. Like, you cannot trust her. Anyway,
but she's beautiful and attractive. There's nothing wrong with her.
Yeah,
it's just that's not what she wasn't selling herself in an honest light.
Yeah,
we'll say that. There's nothing wrong with her.
And he makes some funny gringo pronunciations that totally mean, they sound the same to us, but they totally mean something different if you say the wrong thing.
He was saying hombre, right?
Yeah, anyone hombre, when he should have said anyone hambre, which means, is anyone hungry? But he asked, is anyone a man? He on the wrong show. We know a show he should be on with that one. But yeah, they think he's, yeah, it was like, what do you think of him? And it was like, yeah, I didn't know he was that old. Like, he's like our parents. Like, what is he around for?
They are peers.
And yeah, I mean, she asked what you think about him. It's like our parents. And then they was asking like, what's funny though, is he has to use this app to talk to the young girls now. It's so weird. And I think Mahogany, I think she's from Cali. She's just playing a role. Her English is pretty good. I think she acts like she can't speak English for the show. I'm just not sold on this. I'm not buying any of this crap. But it's so weird that he has to pass the app around and talk to people. They speak English. They seem like they're from they have a little, they're doing good, maybe middle class or upper middle class. Mm-hmm. They seem like they go to college. They seem really intelligent, But he is really like insecure about this whole thing. I see why, because he's asking, in front of her friends, he's kind of like throwing her under the bus, like asking her on the app where everybody can hear, like, what do you consider me your boyfriend or your friend? Because the girls, he asked her friends, did you know I was her boyfriend or did you know I was her friend? Like, he wants to know what she's talking about him. Like, he is so invested in this thing. And him asking through the app just put her on Front Street. You can see her like getting all kind of uncomfortable and kind of embarrassed about it. And like, who am I to you? Some things men should not be asking. You should already know.
But he wanted to feel safe and secure.
There we go.
Which is just
I don't know what's up with these men.
A lighthearted pun from Shane, Love is Blind Season 2, who stated that he felt safe and secure with Natalie.
All the men need to know their status, I guess. That's not our lane. It's the woman's lane to let us in because they're the receivers, so they let us know.
If you're in, you're in.
Yeah. So anyway, he's talking about, he's going back in his mind through all the old texts that he's texted her, saying, remember, we were talking about starting a family together.
Right.
He's actually kind of crying, like, and I'm just your friend. I thought we were more than that. I thought we were something. He is just like, he's acting like a woman in a man's body. What do you say?
It's very bizarre, this whole situation, and that's all I have to say. It's just bizarre.
I kind of think it's going to be her thoughts on this whole episode, because this episode was not, I ain't going to spoil it. Anyway.
It wasn't great. It was not a great episode.
It was not great.
It gets more interesting for me, and I'll have more to say once they go away for their little 2-3 day trip that they take.
Okay.
Yeah, because there was more, for me, meat in that.
Okay, so now we're going to Mike and Jimena. Now, Jimena has already put her foot down now. She's like, I can't wait for this guy to leave. Like, he needs to, like, I can't tell him because I'm a woman and I'm not like, but he needs to know by the way I'm acting that he is not welcome.
In the house that he pays for.
Kick rocks. Yeah. In the apartment that he's paying for. He needs to hurry up and leave. He done asked her, are we going to be intimate? She's like, nope. Why? Because I don't want to.
I'm not giving you access to all of this again. All of this, because although I put a ring on my finger, I'm trying to get the girls done. I'm trying to get my liposuction done, and you are not playing ball, Mike. Is how Jimena's playing it. It's how she's playing it, but it backfires.
She wants the money and the power.
Is this a song?
But first you get the money, then you get the power, then you get the P.
Oh.
Don't be no dummy. That's how it goes.
Okay.
Anyway, she's giving Mike the business. He is all on the bed, trying to get some, trying to touch her. He is so awkward and weird looking. Like, as Auntie says, a weenus with glasses. I don't know. She was just playing this dude like stupid, and he either doesn't want to accept it or doesn't get the hint. So she's doing that to him. Then we go to Memphis and Hamza. Another weird thing. So Hamza is still. So Hamza, all the power lies with Hamza right now, which is cool. He's still mad at Memphis for telling him about the situation with the ex. And I get it. It's lost in translation, basically. If they could communicate better, he could understand. I'm sure he could.
That in part, but also he comes from a culture where that simply is not part of the norm. So whilst he could try to grasp it mentally, if there was at least the comfort of them speaking each other's languages fluently, there still is that element of culturally that's not something that would be considered normal in Tunisia.
Right. Except adding the cultural differences. So they agreed to get a personal translator, like a human, not a app. So they hired this guy, or the
translator,
or no, I mean Lifetime.
TLC.
TLC. Man, we're in the wrong show.
Sorry.
All right, yeah. TLC hires a translator, and this guy comes. He's pretty good. So Mike, then Hamza talks about that thing. He basically says, I mean, maybe in his mind, how he understood it is, he says, weird to stay at your ex's house for 4 days. Now, I remember when she said she stayed at the ex house, I didn't get that it was 4 days.
Okay.
I thought it was like maybe a couple of days here and there, or overnight once. I didn't know that she actually stayed there and didn't leave for 4 days. So I don't believe that nothing happened.
Well, the kids were there. So he was looking after the kids. He was allowing her to, I think, wallow and process whilst he was every morning getting the kids up, dressed, off to school, and she was just kind of going through her emotions. So I can still, and plus those are his children as well. So I can see why they could have all stayed in the same house and it not be anything romantic. For all we know, she either slept in a spare room or with the kiddos. But no, they were a family at the end of the day.
And I mean, to be fair, her and Hamza wasn't really a thing.
Listen, until you meet and you make it official, this applies even with Kimbali and Usman. If you've not met, I just don't understand how you can claim that this person is your girlfriend, boyfriend, fiance, love of your life. You know, I'm not saying that you don't have strong emotions that could be leading towards that, but how do you claim somebody to that degree when you've not even actually met them in real life? It's different if they've at least met once and then made a commitment to each other, but I think personally that everything starts after you meet and you decide to be together. That's for me, like, where it starts. Everything prior to that, it's kind of grayish, to be honest.
It is a gray area.
Yeah. It's not fair to either party to say, oh, it's just you. We've never even met. We don't know if we have chemistry in real life. We don't know if I like you, if you like my pheromones. We don't know if I smell good. Like, we just don't know anything. You might repulse me. Look at Yemena and Mike. Perfect example.
Oh, yeah.
Perfect example. Until you can only get so much from those minutes or hours that you have over FaceTime. It is no substitute for real life. It is no substitute. And people need to stop acting like it's a substitute. I know everything because we've been chatting for 9 months. I know this person inside and out. No, you don't. You know elements of this person, but you don't know what they smell like. You don't know what their actual habits are like. You don't know if they're, if they're clean, if they're kind and generous when they're out and about, how they treat servers, how they treat male people. Like, these, you can only see how a person is through various different environments when you spend time with them. And that will give you small glimpses of what their whole entirety is like. You're literally just getting one viewpoint, one vantage point, and that's from the camera whilst that person is at home. That doesn't tell you the whole story. It tells you a very small chapter or gives you, a small indication of what they're like.
Yeah, another great example. Even Gino and Jasmine.
Right.
You don't know if he's going to sleep with his hat on when you meet him, or he's just going to be a weirdo and give you an electric toothbrush.
Right.
If he thinks that's a good gift. You ain't know he's that cheap when y'all go out. I mean, he did tip good at the burger joint.
I don't care. He came to her mom's house with a box of chocolates. I'm still disappointed. The point is, you don't know. Right. You just did not know that he could be this kind of a person, right? That he could send your pictures to his ex-girlfriend. Like, all of these things you didn't know because all you saw was what was in front of the camera. That's all you saw. So,
but I think the funny thing about this scene is that Hamza is telling the translator how the translator translates it. It's so funny because he's saying, like, literally, Hamza is saying, she gets angry easily and yells at me a lot. I'm like, yeah, that's pretty true. but not really, because she's American, so it's different. I don't think women speak to their men the way she does to him.
Right. It's cultural for Americans.
Yeah.
So again, culture does matter, right? Mm-hmm. And they would have never seen this about each other on the phone because, they're either at home, it's the end of the day, right? You see what I'm saying? It's like you
Yeah.
see one small side of a person when your entire relationship is online.
Yeah. Yeah. They're like this old and don't know this until this day.
Right. And so you're going to claim someone? Look at all the things that Ben has uncovered. And equally, as we will get into later, that Mahogany, or however they pronounce it, has discovered about whatever she's discovered about Ben that she likes or doesn't like. The point is, she can only know that now because they're together in real life, experiencing each other.
She don't like his pheromones.
Possibly, right? But how do
She barely touches him.
to say you're going to, this person's the love of your life, you're going to be married, you're already fiance, and you're exclusive. I mean, the whole thing is, frankly, ridiculous.
It is weird. And then to my surprise, Memphis said that she's got a lot riding on this marriage. Like friends and family don't know him, and they saying she shouldn't get married. I'm like, I think everybody's telling you that was a dumb idea. What you doing now? So, yeah. But anyway, she starts crying, getting a sympathy thing, and Hamza gets up and he kisses her. I was like, okay, Hamza got some.
Where does he kiss her?
I don't remember.
He left my big 5 head hanging.
Did he kiss her on the forehead?
He did.
Oh, I thought it
He
was
left
nice.
my five,
Passion.
not a
Let me
forehead,
see.
but a 5-finger head.
I got to kiss a whole bunch of areas over their head. It's a large.
He knows it's my crown.
Yeah, that's a sign of beauty in other cultures.
And that's right. Candace from Potomac.
Yes.
Okay.
Don't be talking about
Ashley's forehead.
our beautiful women with forehead, because that's an indicator of a lot of good things. Okay. So, yeah, he must really, all I'm saying is he must really love Memphis. And I think I saw, like, he really cares about her.
Yeah, you
Which
did
I didn't
say
think
that.
so.
You did say that after that scene.
Yeah. Okay, so then they go back to Jasmine and Gino. Let's see. Sister and mom say Gino should kick rocks. No, they didn't say that, but they're not feeling Gino at all. Like, and I see why. Like, you can tell he's just off and just a weirdo. Yeah. I like her mom though. Her mom reminds me of somebody I know. Looks just like her. But anyway, he fights so much to keep his hat on to the mom begrudgingly says, okay, keep your damn hat on. You can keep it on. So, we could tell this is a cultural mom. Of course, religion is rampant in the Latino streets in Latin America, Central and South and all that. So he asked her if her daughters had a whole lot of boyfriends when she was young. Like, he's a weird, why would you ask somebody's mom that? Like, oh yeah, she was always in and out the house with these boyfriends. Like, is that what you're looking for?
This is not America, Gino.
Yeah,
This is Panama.
Man, this dude is weird. Gino, then he asked her mom, for permission and blessings to marry him, and this took forever. I was just like, dun, 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 dun. It's like, this is a decision you need to really, like, it took her forever to come to a decision, and I don't blame her. At the end of the moment, she was just like, you know what? This is her decision. So she didn't really like sanction it, but she was just like, if this is what she wants to do, then I'm for her because that's my daughter, and you better damn well take good care of her, because she was looking crazy on this show for your crazy butt. She begrudgingly approves my word of 2022. All right, so then, did you say anything different?
Nope, I did not.
All right. She ain't feeling this episode at all. Mike and Jimena, they go back to them. So Mike is talking to his friend.
Quotation, air quotes.
I do not believe for a second that this guy who they had as his friend is his real friend. I think this is an actor. He's acting the part to be his friend because I don't see no way they could be friends. Unless they was friends from like, well, I think associates. They probably knew each other from elementary, just live in the same neighborhood. Mike thinks that's his friend because this is a cool guy, probably do a lot of drugs and whatnot, but I don't think this is real friend. But anyway, they got his friend, quotations, to his friend has a Latina. So they're going to ask.
Has a Latina fiance.
Latina fiance, yeah. They're going to ask
No,
her.
he has a Latina.
Oh, he has Latina fiance. And they're going to ask her to translate for Mike. And Jimena don't really want everybody knowing her
game.
The
game that she's been running.
Well, I was going to say her business, but yeah, I guess she don't want the gig to be up, or she really do, but she still want to get as much out of it. So he enlists a friend of his friend's fiance who speaks Spanish, and Mike, he don't want. I'm just
At a loss for words.
Mike, you shouldn't want this to happen, man. Because I would be embarrassed if I gotta tell if my friend's wife knows all this crazy stuff that I'm doing. Like it's beyond simp. I don't know. You just call this idiotic behavior that I'm doing for a girl who ain't giving me half respect or anything in equal quality back. But he don't deserve it because he is disgusting. All right, so anyway, we go back to Ben and Mahogany. This episode, I'm telling you, it was hard to get through. Ben is crying. He's crying. Mahogany doesn't consider him as a boyfriend. So he sets up a trip with just him and her. Of course, they're going to get to the resort and have separate rooms. So he's just out here on a money spending spree when he got 4 kids and an ex-wife back at home. But that's a different story because this is all about him and what he wants. Because he is part of the society of Caucasian men who get to do what they want to do without no repercussion. So anyway, all right, I'm going too far. Yeah, I'm just, being funny. So they go to this. Oh, the place they went was dope, though. All right,
Okay, Peru has sand dunes. We were like, it's like little Arabia.
Yeah, sand. Yeah,
Peru.
I'm like, it looked like Mad Max. It looked like.
It could have been Dubai. It could have been Abu Dhabi.
Sudan.
Yeah,
Dubai,
I was just like.
Abu Dhabi, yeah.
But the difference is Peru has Amazon, like rainforest terrain, as well as sand dunes, making Peru arguably one of the best kept secrets on the planet.
It is
all that medicine, and then you've got the desert as well.
Well, yeah, because I only knew about Machu Picchu that I want to go to.
That's what I'm saying. All that medicine, and then
I want to go.
We have to do both now. We have to do both.
So,
Peru, we're coming.
But before they get to Peru, the car ride was weird. It was awkward. He can't speak Spanish. She acting like she can't speak English. But anyway, I guess he got tired of using the translator app, but he didn't have nothing to talk about because he's socially awkward. And so what did he talk about? The wrong things about infrastructure of her country. So he's basically talking shit about her country. He's like, there's no stoplights. there's intersections with no lights. There's no stop sign. So everybody's got to be. She's getting annoyed at this because he's pointing out things about her country that's a non-issue to her. Just shut up and enjoy the ride. And if you don't got nothing to talk about, read a book. Listen to a podcast. So it's silent. It's that awkward silence. And plus, he's 50-something and she's 20.
Which is exactly why he had to then turn it into a conversation about the one thing that they initially connected on. The Lord.
So, yeah.
That's what they initially connected on online.
Yeah, and she starts conversation. Religion. So, I mean, I got to tell you, like, why are y'all together? Y'all don't have nothing in common. You have no chemistry. And he's still pursuing it like a she ain't say nothing about having kids or none of that. But anyway.
And because he was a pastor, I feel like she looks to him based on even the questioning in the car. She's like, so how do you think Jesus did X, Y, and Z? So she's speaking to him not as a potential future partner, husband, but more like
mentor,
a pastor. Yeah, like, you know, like I am of the flock. And I have a question. I know it's not Sunday, but I have a question for you about the Bible. Literally, it went into Bible study mode after that.
Oh no, Pastor, you're not supposed to kiss me and touch me like that. No. Oh
my gosh. He's on a roll tonight. Oh my, is it the food? What is going on here?
It's the bitter. It's very spicy and it's got me talking. Oh, no. So yeah, they get the 2 separate rooms and you know, she just got a free vacation to this area in Peru that's dope as hell.
AF.
I mean, they is driving in the sand buggy and they having dinner like they in the you know, Saudi Arabia.
Man, it was so sexy.
I did so that sexy. Something like that in Doha.
Oh wow.
Yeah, the first time I was there. But anyway, yeah, she ain't even got to put out like. There's no payment due. Invoice is 0.
Invoice is 0. My kind of girl. Get it, Mahogany?
Hey, Mahogany is pimping.
We've all done it.
Hey, if you know your worth and your value, you can get away with it too.
Flights to Dubai, all of it.
Hey, that's a video she's gonna share with y'all on another channel. All right, so then they go back to Gino and Jasmine. This is when it got interesting. Is watching, like, I knew he was Italian, but I didn't think he was white. But there's no Italian, like, even Italian people got some passion, some romantic sides, but he is white because she was trying to teach this dude how to merengue and he looked like he was playing hot potato with his feet. It looked like it was like hot lava on the floor. You remember that game you played as a kid? You got to run somewhere before the lava hit. That's what he was doing on it. He was like, I don't know what the heck he was doing. He wasn't dancing to merengue.
He was dodging the beat, like in the Matrix.
There was no beat. Let me dodge
the rhythm.
He had headphones on with it was like some X-ray music or some lightning striking sounds, because that's how he looked like he was getting struck by lightning. Mm-hmm. So anyway, they listened to 2 different songs, and she even said, you dance like you got a pole up your booty. Anyway.
Which lets us know, Jasmine, that he was not all that in the sack. So you lied.
Yeah, you can tell.
It's okay, you lied.
I mean, his dancer was worse than, I don't know if you ever watched Charlie Brown. You ever watched those episodes? You know the famous Christmas Carol episode where Linus is playing on the piano and they're dancing in the school gym. Every kid is doing a different dance. Yeah. That's how it was. It was so weird. He's like the whitest white man ever. Like, I could see him and Ben like dancing the same way. That's what it looks like. Okay, so then they go back to Memphis and Hamza. Hamza decides that he's going to take her to this romantic place. And it seems like a romantic, like they're driving through all kinds of terrain. So I'm like, oh, this place must be really romantic, because they got to like probably catch a boat and a train and get on a scooter and like walk through some logs and all this stuff. But they go up to this place and they get out and you see chickens and sheep and all kinds of animals walking around. I'm like, oh yeah, that's very romantic there. Yeah, Hamza got it. Yeah. Well, you know, it's in the eye of the beholder. So if he says romantic, it's romantic. But it looked cold and it was windy. So anyway, that's the place where he goes to take her. He says, hold on. He's got this bag. He goes out and then he comes back G'd up to the nines. Okay, Hamza.
Signore Hamza.
Yeah, like, I see you now.
Signore.
Like, he had all white on. He was looking fresh. She was impressed. She was like, okay. She was like, She got the okay. So yeah, so then yeah, he proposed to her.
And not surprisingly, she said yes.
Not surprised, and he had a nice looking ring. You know, it was blinged out. You know, you're in Africa, so you know you better get that gold and diamonds ring there.
Well, gold and cubic zirconia.
Okay, it was a little too shiny, it's too sparkly. So I don't know what you had to think about that. Nothing.
No, it's, I mean, yeah, I think it's a sham and a mess, but
They
best
shouldn't
of
be
luck to
married.
all of you. Word on the streets, though, is, according to Auntie's advice and some other influential fellow YouTubers, is that he's in America and they are with child. So Godspeed, God bless, and, best of luck to you.
Well, I hope they take a DNA test because, like I said, I don't really trust her that much.
Okay.
I did, but no, something about her now. So yeah, so he proposed. Now we go back to Gino and Jasmine. He wants to propose. Yeah. So then they go, they go there. Surprise! Yeah. They go back to Ben because he did pick out a pretty ugly ass ring. But she shouldn't be surprised. I mean, she knows what she's getting into. So if she's surprised, she a fool for staying with him because she knows what she's gonna get. So then we go back to Ben and Oompa Loompa. I mean, we go to Ben and Mahogany.
Mahogany.
And they are in the sand dunes and at a romantic dinner on the sand. That is nice. Like, that impressed me. That really made me want to go to this place. So they're talking and their body language is like no go, man. It's no go. Yeah, he's like mostly this her, and she's trying.
I feel like I'm Coco right now. Get away.
Man. Yeah. Oh. And she don't want to be close to this guy.
She sure doesn't.
They have a conversation about his past, and now she's looking for stuff to disqualify the guy. She's like, your past doesn't add up. I mean, everything he's told her, like he's blaming it on the church and the cult that he was raised in and everybody else. And she surmised from all that, and she actually says, so what you're basically saying is you don't know how to do anything perfect. Basically, yeah, she said
I thought she said, so you think you're perfect. It's everybody else that's the issue.
And she said that in a roundabout way, but
oh, okay.
I'm sure I heard that what you're telling me is you don't know how to do anything perfect. Basically, you're a loser if you want to just mix it up, put it in the pan, and put it in the oven. You're a loser. So she sees this. Yeah, and everything is everybody else's fault. I mean, you're a man of the cloth, with the Lord, and you're blaming the church and everything on you marrying the wrong person, spending 35 years with the wrong person, and all this stuff. I mean, see, he's not taking no accountability.
Yeah, and how he blamed the woman he was with after his ex-wife. I don't remember if they were engaged or not, but basically he said we couldn't get married because she wouldn't accept his children. Well, she was 27. She was their peer. So she's peers with your children. It's one thing if you ask a 27-year-old to come in and look after little ones, but they're peers. Like, what is she supposed to do with that? I don't know.
I mean, yeah.
It's weird. What do you want her to do with that?
When you blame everybody and you don't take accountability or responsibility, you basically tell people that you don't know how to make good decisions.
Oh, speak on it, Ishé.
Yeah, you just outing your own self when you think you're pushing it on something else. Mm-hmm. You're actually telling the truth about yourself, and a smart person will just come to that conclusion. Women are good at just coming to conclusions, wrapping it up. Okay, from that, you said this. From all this, you said this. So
that's true.
She is, I got a little respect for her not being, she don't seem like she dummy. Like I said, she from Cali. She probably from San Diego, or she probably from LA. She just
She's
getting that
quick.
check. Yeah, she's quick. She got that vacation. Hey, she got that Airbnb paid for. Because he did send her some racks. So they go back to Mike and Jimena. So this is where it gets interesting too. She's telling the Mike's friend that he is a weirdo because every time she goes to sleep, she wakes up and he's watching her.
Right. So they're at a cafe, by the way. They're at a cafe. He's brought his laptop. He's rung up his friend's fiance and getting the rundown now.
Yeah. So the friend is like telling him, Mike, get out of there now. Mike's friend tells, she relays it back to him. Jimena said Mike basically seemed like a serial killer who watches people when they sleep with those beady eyes. She calls Mike a degenerate in Spanish. Yeah. And she says she just hates being next to him. Like she can't even stand being around this guy.
Again, more body language because when did you notice he brought the chair over and what does she do?
Yeah. She does not like this guy.
Like he's still smelling of doo-doo that he dragged into her home underneath his shoes. She's like...
And he don't understand why. It's madness.
The body language doesn't lie. It doesn't lie.
And that was it.
And that was it. Thank God. Thank God.
What you rate this episode? I already know.
I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. Let's hope for
No,
better
you're
next week. No? Was that too
You
generous?
said 6?
Yeah. Was that generous?
That was a 4. Absolutely.
5.5. Okay. I'll settle on 5.5.
The sand dunes and Jimena cutting down Mike was the best.
Him and oh, okay.
Jimena.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. That's
And
it, guys.
Gino's dumb butt at the
at the house.
Him asking him dumb questions.
Yeah, that was painful to watch, honestly. Anyways.
Well, all right.
Okay,
people.
guys.
That's it for our review of that episode. All
TLC, we need you to do better.
Yeah. It's kind of going down. We need it to come back up.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, y'all. And our
that
closing
note-
words.
Get free and stay free.
Stay decent.
Bye.
Bye.